A balanced and healthy lifestyle is actually an outcome of a perfect synchronization of our internal energies and with the universe. We're going to talk about on these lines more today because we have someone very special with us. We have Miss Meenakshii. Hi Meenakshii, how are
Hi,
you doing?
I'm good.
Great. So we have Meenakshii today with us. She is an doctorate in parapsychology, mythology, and occultism, and is also a researcher for ancient gods and goddesses. So why don't you tell us about this a little more?
Occult is basically things which are hidden, things which we don't see with our naked eyes. I mean, I wouldn't say you can see with a. Nowadays, there are various gadgets with which you can sense energy. So it's basically energy. Uh, Everything has energy. That's the first thing we learn in physics. So the first line that we hear is everything is energy. Energy is in the sense you have a separate energy, I have energy. Any object has energy. So whatever that energy is linked to, when we are talking about the cosmos, and you're talking about this world. So basically, we have a mini cosmos within ourselves. How well we sync with that energy and how well we can enhance our own energy is the name of the game.
Great. So for people who are actually watching this show today, they would like to understand how syncing these energies and stuff can actually help them in their well-being. So
See, there are 5 elements. Energies, when we are talking about elements. So, what are the 5 elements? We have water, we have air, we have fire, we have earth, and we have the spirit. So, all the 4 elements, which is we are talking about water, we have 70% of water in the body as well as in the universe. Then we have air in the body, we have a certain amount of fire in the body which helps us keep burning, and we have this earth which is the flesh of the body. So, we are talking about the 5th element, which is the most mysterious element, which is the spirit element, which we talk about, which is the substance around us, which is the area around us, and where there are various stages. There are some gross elements and there are some subtle elements. So, it is in layers that you can go to as well. As this body is a very sophisticated being. It's a machine, it's a very sophisticated machine. So, how well you tune yourself with the subtle energy around us is exactly how you grow in life. So, basically when you meet people in today's world, there is so much of negativity in them. The first thing, like we have naturally we have about 70,000 questions or thoughts in our mind on a day-to-day basis, on a regular basis. See, you're all the time thinking, your mind is all the time working. So, most of them are negative thoughts, and since most of them are negative thoughts, so what is happening is we are performing negatively and negative things are happening to us.
So how do we have a control on that negative thinking, and how can change in the thinking of our thinking process? How, as an individual, we can have a control in that, like what we are thinking, or how to fix this thing, because this is more like a vicious cycle.
If you are talking about fixing your thought, you can't fix your thought. It is conditioning of the mind. There is a certain way we are wired with our thoughts, and what happens is whatever we are doing, whatever our actions are throughout the day is determining that thought process of mine. So, there are various people, there are various houses, you will see that they have constant accidents happening, constant mishaps happening. There are people falling sick, there are accidents which are there, people are losing their job, people are losing their money, and suddenly they see that right from somewhere in their life they've gone to nowhere in their life, and they say that why are so many bad things happening to us. So, somewhere when the first bad thing happened to them, they got wired to that, and after that they keep thinking negative in the same way. So, the moment you are, see, everything is energy, vibration and frequency. So, whenever we have a certain amount of energy, we are vibrating that and we are reaching that frequency. Say for example, you want to listen to a particular radio channel FM, and you have to tune into that particular FM that you want to listen to. You can't put your frequency to some other channel and listen to what you want to listen to. So, the idea is whenever we are trying to sync ourselves to a particular thought, we have to sync in that particular thought. For example, if we have problems of money, uh, that's the main problem that we have. Money is very important. It is the driving force of our life today. So, if somebody has problems of money, they constantly keep thinking that they have the problem of money. That means we are focusing on the lack of it. That means we are focusing more on the problem. We are not thinking how we are going to get the money. We are not even thinking about the money per se. We are only thinking about how the problem is. And see, there are various fields of occult which is there, and which has, like, for in India, we have the Tantra system, we have if you look at the African, we have voodoo, we have hoodoo, we have Haitian, we have witchcraft, we have Wicca. There are various streams of occult which are there. There is astrology is there, there is necromancy is there. There are various kinds, and it is that there are different fields, and the way it is, our if you talk about our Indian system, the Indian system is supposed to be one of the oldest systems as far as occult is concerned. That is because it is the word Hindu we don't find anywhere in scriptures. If we have the oldest dharma, it is the Sanatan dharma that we talk about, and Sanatan dharma also talks about the source energy and other energies which are there. So, basically, if you look at the scriptures, if you follow the scriptures, there is timing, there are planets, there are this gross body, the subtle body, and all other kinds of elements which are there, which we can actually put into practice and elevate ourselves to a certain level where you can actually start bending your own reality in a way, and you can make whatever you want of yourself.
So, what are the major problems usually your clients come up to you with?
See, the major problem which I see that they come up with is either depression, or depression due to lack of money, depression due to financial problems or domestic problems that they have at home because of children, and their concentration, their focus, and all kinds of things. This is what we see today.
And how do you really help them out? Like, how do you help your clients out?
See, when I look at them first, I read their aura, I check whether they have a disturbed aura, whether they have a disturbed or a mixed aura, and I try to cleanse them in a certain way, because it's again energy which is disbalanced energy in your body. So, there are various ways to do it. Physically, what you can do is, physically I can give them, there are a blend of herbs from nature that we get, and they have certain properties. Like everything in nature, you see they have a certain property. Like if you see turmeric, turmeric has a certain property, it is an antiseptic, it is an antifungal element. How this use of turmeric happened, we use it in food. So, in ancient times, what used to happen is, if you are using turmeric in the food, it is believed that it is going to keep us healthy. So, that is how turmeric was incorporated. If you look at salt, salt we get it from the sea. So, we are talking about sea salt, or the Himalayan salt, or the pink salt. These are natural forms of cleansing agents. So, how we use it is not because of the taste, not at all, because taste is just about 2 inches of your tongue. Beyond that, there is no taste. So, what is the utility of that salt? It is a cleansing agent which cleanses your intestines and insides, and it cleanses your aura. So, basically what we are eating is converting itself to us. So, we are not food, when we eat something we do not become that, but the food becomes us. So, it is very important that we have a healthy lifestyle, we eat the right things in our body, and it changes us, it changes our thought, it changes our thought pattern. See, everybody, whoever is doing certain kind of work, they have certain type of diet. So, depending whether it is a sportsman, whether it is somebody who is doing spiritual practices, or it is a farmer, they all have different kind of eating habits, because for them that is the best. So, the one kind of eating habit is, we need to see the eating habit, we need to see health in the way of physical exercise, we have to see some form of yoga or functional training or something which we have to incorporate. We have to live in a clean household, we have to have all these old elements or garbage, all kinds of old things which are there in the house which are cluttered up, if the corners are cluttered up, energy gets stagnant in those places, so it forms negative energy. And what happens is the vibration of the people gets stuck in the house. So most people, if there is any kind of negativity or sickness in the house, that kind of brews there and it becomes more with it, it multiplies. So we try to cleanse the house with certain ingredients, where the the area around us that we are breathing in, the air, that becomes cleansed. So cleansing is one of the most important thing when we are talking about removal of negative energy.
We'll be right back in some time and continue our chat further with Meenakshii. Stay tuned till then.
Good evening. A very warm welcome to you all. As you can see, we are with Meenakshii. Hi, Meenakshii.
Hi.
Yeah, okay, I'll come straight to the point. As you can see, I've got a questionnaire in my hand, and I'll ask you some very frequently asked questions. Okay, the first one, which I believe a lot of people has the same problem. I'm addicted to cigarette smoking. I've been trying to give it up. So is there a way you can help me?
See, there are many ways of breaking a habit. As I keep saying that whether it is magic or whether it's ritual, ceremonial magic, or whether it's any kind of customized rituals that we do, or it is the mind. 50% is how your brain functions, and the rest 50% depends on the energies around us. So yes, there are many natural ingredients or crystals or stones which actually help from breaking away from an addictions, and it definitely does. So there are ways of working on it where we can actually, and there are a lot of clients that I get who come with a lot of addictions. They come with drug abuse, they come with cigarettes, they come with alcohol addiction and a lot of other addictions. So yes, it helps.
Okay, another question, which again I think it's very pertinent to today's world. Why all my projects are getting stalled despite me being eligible for that project?
Okay. See, there are various ways and various reasons why things gets blocked. Now, it can be somewhere in your subconscious mind that you're blocking it yourself. It can be thoughts that you have negative, which is related to some kind of failure in your past, and you constantly keep thinking about it, that it's going to get stuck, it's going to get stuck. And I believe that whatever we think, we attract. So if we have it in our subconscious mind, in some way we are blocking it. And there could be also reasons which can be a psychic attack, or it can be evil eye from somebody else, people who are around us. Possibly maybe too many people know about the project already before it has already started. So people already have a negative thought that how come he's got it and I haven't got it, and things like that. So there are various reasons which can block a project.
Okay, but can I mean, how do I get over it? Like,
there are ways, of course. When somebody comes to me, I can give in details exactly how it can be done. There are processes to follow, there are things to use which we can use. There are methods of writing, there's hypnotic writing, there are other things that we can do to remove that particular blockage. And I have constant workshops which are there, which I try to help people to get back to their past in a way and help them erase that and come back and have their regular lifestyle, any kind of blockages that they have in their life which stops people from going ahead.
That's very interesting. Okay, the other one, which again is very important. What extra thing do I need to do to earn money? I mean, I'm sure everybody earns money, but...
Oh, you need to love money to earn money. There are a lot of, people don't love money. I mean, they are told right from their childhood that if you love money, that's evil. So that is the primary thing that we have in our subconscious level, that money is not good. Money is the root cause of all evil. Money can destroy you, money can damage your self-worth and rest of it. So you see, there are a lot of negative emotions that people carry along with money. So that money, see, if I don't respect you, or if I don't have appreciation for you, would you come to me for anything? You wouldn't.
No.
So it is something, and if I lock you up in the bathroom the next time you come, will you come here again? The moment that you can get out from here, you will not enter this place again. So it is like that. Money needs to be circulated, money needs to be used, and money needs to be loved and respected. So as much as the thought that you have your relationship with money, so money will come to you automatically. It will flow into your life in abundance, and you can enjoy all the money that you need.
Cool. Okay, the last one, which I think sums up everything. I mean, this is very important. Peace of mind. So people has money, people have whatever they wish, they desire, but yet they are not happy. I mean, that is what's bothering
See,
people.
there's a difference between peace of mind and happiness. Happiness has
Alright.
nothing to do with peace of mind. Well, if you really need peace of mind, you need to leave your domestic surrounding that is there in the scriptures. After a certain age, you are supposed to go for vanaprastha.
One.
So that is something which is there already in our scriptures. But it's not about that. It is not. I think it is you need internal happiness. That is what we can link with peace in today's world.
Correct.
Because people link happiness with mobile gadgets and their WhatsApp, their Facebook. Nowadays, I think you need to have a family group, you know, which is there in any of your digital or social
Yes,
media
yes,
to
very
be in
much.
touch with your family people. So that is something which needs to stop. I mean, I advise that half an hour in the morning when you wake up and half an hour before going to bed, you should not touch your gadgets. That is the time you should keep for yourself to get in touch with your inner self. If you're talking about peace in today's world, no, there's no peace. It's not something which is there on the shelf. But if you're talking about money, yes. If you have, even if you have problems in life, it should be with money. So it is easier to solve problems with money than be miserable without money. So love money and encourage money to come into your life.
Okay. Thank you. I think that answers most of the frequently asked questions we get. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
We were just discussing the kind of questions and mails Meenakshii usually receives from her client, and we'll just talk more about money from here on. So once we saw your mails and stuff, we realized that money is the most common problem that you face. So tell us, how do you really help people, because they are different questions regarding money. They have, like, some are having problems of retaining the money, some are working really hard but not being able to earn. So where is the problem, where is this blockage all about?
See, money is the most important factor in life. It is the driving force of life, and it is not about just having money, it's how to retain it. Money is about, there are three stages of money as far as when we talk about money. It's attraction, you're retaining it, and how you're expanding it. So it's a 3-step formula. So in most cases, when I see that people are getting money, they are not being able to retain it in some way, they are not being able to expand it in any way, and they have expenses which are like medical expenses, they have other expenses which are not really very good investments if you look at it. See, money is supposed to be circulated. Money is an energy, it is supposed to be circulated, you are supposed to enjoy it. If you're not enjoying money, then money is not going to come to you. What happens is, in our scriptures, or the way our culture, the way we are brought up, it is told that money is the root cause of all evil and people should not have too much of money. So whenever we look at that, it's absolutely wrong. I actually look at it in such a way that not having money is the root cause of all evil. If you see people who have money, they are not really doing any kind of evil. It's the one when you have the lack of money that people are getting into all kinds of things that they are not supposed to be doing. So it is like that, and it is deep in our subconscious mind how we are conditioned to money. So when somebody comes to me with a money problem, I ask them a basic question like, how much money do you want? And they're like, oh, they don't know exactly how much money they want. So that is a basic problem. The first problem is they are not aware that exactly what is the amount of money that you require, or what is the amount of money that you even are trying to attract. They just say, I don't have money. So what is the kind of work do you do? I don't feel like doing any work. So if you're not working, how do you get that money? See, it's not that you have to, it's not like hard work is really, the amount of hard work that you put in is the amount of money that you're getting. It's absolutely wrong. Then, the laborers would be having the maximum amount of money, because the kind of effort a labor puts into his work is really huge. So what we are talking about is how your mind is trained to attract that money.
So, majorly we are saying like there is two major problems to this. One is obviously people think that they're not earning enough, they're not having any money, or they're not getting enough money. And the second is they're not being able to retain that entire
That's
money.
right, that's
So
right.
these are the two major problems. So you have separate healing and solution for your clients who are
They
coming
don't
in?
even know exactly how much money they want to have. See, they don't have a plan. They don't want to spend also. So it's not that they are looking for money and they have a plan in hand that they want to spend in these aspects. You will see that most people who are not having money, they don't even spend money. They don't do any kind of development, no self development, no development of their offices, organizations, their houses. They are living in clumsy houses with a lot of clutter inside. They don't even paint their houses because they don't want to spend that money in development, because they are thinking, I want to save as much as money as possible. But the idea is not to save money, the idea is to spend money, the idea is to earn more money and do more with it. So you're enjoying your life, you're a happy person. See, money doesn't come to somebody who's not happy. You have to be in a very subconscious level, you have to be happy with yourself. It's very important. It is not about happiness outside, it is not what you are spending outside, but it is internal happiness that needs to be there to attract that money.
So, how would you really help a person, like in terms of who's coming up with a money problem? What kind of guidelines or what kind of suggestions do you give, or how do you really help an individual?
See, I look at what is their requirement first. Firstly, I take a lot of time in changing their mindset, because they need to understand that they are blocking their own money somewhere. So that is the first thing that they need to understand, where they are blocking their money. And then we work on it. We make different plans for them. There are different workshops that we do. There are different procedures that we have to change a person's mind so that it becomes conditioned to earn that money and to attract that money. So there are various levels of workshops that we have, there are various courses that we have, there are a lot of other counseling sessions that we have. There are certain ingredients, very natural ingredients, which I energize, and to clean their aura, to clean the house, to cleanse the house, to make it it has to, your house and you need to be like a magnet to attract money. You have to attract that positivity, you have to attract abundance to your life, you have to attract that prosperity that you're waiting for. So there are 2-3 things about it. It is not again just getting the money, it is about protecting the money that you're getting. So when that money comes in, we make enough room for it to get protected so that we can keep it and then use it for good things. Good things means that you're enjoying it. Good things doesn't mean that you have enough money to look for your medical needs. So it's not that. A lot of people, if you see, there are a lot of, I'm sure you would know about a lot of people who are just saving their money so that they, when they get old, they are going to utilize it for their medical expenses.
Yeah.
There are people like that. So it should not be like that. There are enough ways to attract money. Your house can be made into a bulletproof house if you are changing all the people's mindset who are living in that house, and if you are working towards it to make it into a positive house.
I'd just like to bring this notice to the, or highlight to this word workshop you just mentioned right now. So what are the kind of workshop that you're having to help your clients and your people who are coming to you?
See, there are various people, there are different categories of people who have different problems, and we categorize that. We see who has blockages of money, who has blockages of, genuine blockages of childhood trauma. A lot of people have some kind of trauma that they are carrying within themselves that makes them unhappy. No matter what you try to do to them, they are still unhappy. Maybe they have everything in their life, but still they are unhappy. So we try to categorize in that way, who wants to deal with what situation, and we have various workshops, which is basically we train them how to wire their brains to get into a positive thinking and to attract that prosperity and abundance towards themselves. And there's a lot of other occult courses that we have, or workshops that we have. People who are interested in learning to know more about the other side, or the darker side, or the mysterious world that we have which we can't see. And there are various ones which are there.
Okay. And we just got to know that you also have this other venture. Apart from, we were talking about folklore, obviously you have this other place also, Samatvam, where you are really dealing with like everyone who is coming with a special, is having a special need. So maybe a adult, maybe a kid, someone with a special need. So can you just tell something more about
See,
it?
there are not everybody is born normal. There are people who are not being able to have a normal lifestyle because of some kind of handicap. It can be autism, it can be other kind of problems that they have. So we try to remove their the how do I say, there are a lot of toxic energy which is there in their body, which we try to remove through a lot of natural healing. It is a consecrated place, and when people get into that place, a lot of their toxins are naturally removed. And then we have functional training, we have CrossFit training, we have yoga, we have martial arts. Basically, when there are energies which are affecting you from outside, what we need to do is we need to balance our own body's energies along with that. So there are a lot of natural ways of dealing with this, and we try to make everybody active from within, so that they get their natural immunity high, and so that they can fight with the other negativities which are around them, and get it working.
So now that there is already folklore which we spoke about, and there is also Samatvam, we also are aware about it now. So what's next? How are you planning to take this up?
See, I see there are people who are not really aware of this paranormal world. They are not aware of how they can actually utilize most of their own energy to attract good things or to block negative things. They are not aware of it, and I see in today's world that not too many people, they don't even believe the subject, leave alone knowing about it or working on it. So it's not something that you can not deal with. It is something that it's a way of life. You can change the way you're thinking, the way you go about your work, and you can change your life completely with this. So since anyway we don't have it in our school subjects and syllabus, I wish there was something like this in our syllabus, because astrology is something which is back from our own culture, and it is from our own scriptures. It's a very one of the oldest forms of science. We do have plans to open up a school where we are going to teach about whether it is astrology or occult in depth from a very young age, how the energies of the body work and how you can protect yourself from negative influences and things like that. See, people have very different notion about occult. Most people, whenever we talk about occult or something, they are relating it with black magic or some kind of evil. See, as far as the scriptures are concerned, if you are talking about occult science as such, or anything which is to do with the scriptures, I have not seen anything evil there as. So it is, what is evil is the thought of a person. Human beings can be evil, energies can't be really evil. So it is how we are using it. So if you are looking at fire, fire can be used for cooking, fire can be used for all kind of ceremonial rituals, fire can be used for burning a house as well. So how you use that fire, it depends on you. So how you use power and how you use whatever you know about this kind of field or science, or how the other side works, it absolutely depends on you, and it does not depend on the scripture as such.
So if you really want to elevate your life with a better new beginning, or like get a touch of spirituality to it and have a better life again on this, you can book in consultation with Meenakshii on the below displayed numbers in the screen. To book your consultation, you can also email, and to know about the different kind of workshop that Meenakshii offers from folklore and Samatvam, you can email as well on that, and you can look into the website for further details. It's time to get in touch with your inner self now. Until next time, goodbye and good life.